Everybody. My name is Kate Laddison. I'm the Director of Communications here at Northwestern Medical Center. I appreciate you all taking some time out of your day to attend this session. I'm going to turn it right over to Katy Magnuson, who works in our Rehab Services department doing cardiac rehab. Let her tell you a little bit about herself, go through the program, and then at the end we'll have some time for some questions. So if you have a question as we go, you can feel free to put it in the chat, or you can raise your hand, or once we get to the end, it'll just be real informal. So you'll be able to just kind of popcorn style jump in with a question. So Katy, why don't you go ahead and take it away?
Okay, thanks for the introduction. As Kate said, I'm Katy Magnuson. I've been a nurse since 1999 and finally settled into cardiac rehab in 2015. So this is definitely my home and going to be my home. But we'll get started here just so we can provide some information about cardiac rehab. Okay, so the objectives for today are, first of all, to define what cardiac rehabilitation is, to outline what qualifies an individual for cardiac rehab, to describe NMC's referral and enrollment process, to review heart healthy suggestions, and then as Kate said, we'll have time for questions and answers. Feel free to interrupt, or we can do them at the end, whatever works for everybody. What is cardiac rehabilitation? It's a comprehensive program that is medically supervised, consisting of exercise, both aerobic and strength training, cardiac risk factor modifications, such as hypertension or high blood pressure, elevated cholesterol, diabetes, obesity, and tobacco use. It also consists of education on heart health, cardiac medications, exercise, diet and nutrition counseling, and psychosocial education for stress and depression. It helps you recuperate, build confidence, and get stronger after you've had surgery or medical treatment for a heart issue. There are 3 phases of cardiac rehab. The first one occurs while you're an inpatient in the hospital, immediately following your cardiac event. Phase 2 occurs in an outpatient setting, which is what we offer here at Northwestern Medical Center, following discharge from the hospital. And then phase 3 occurs on your own. It's keeping up exercises on your own, whether this be at a local gym, at home, or open gym, which we offer here at Northwestern Medical Center as well. And I'll speak about that shortly here. And what happens during cardiac rehab? You're working in a group setting. The cardiac rehab staff will provide supervision in the gym as you start out slowly. As you complete more sessions and gain confidence and endurance, the staff will be there to help you gradually progress by increasing the intensity and the duration of your exercise. Your heart rate, heart rhythm, and blood pressure are all checked regularly to make sure you're exercising safely. Now, what diagnosis qualifies for cardiac rehab? Stable angina, which is basically chest pain or discomfort due to coronary artery disease that goes away with rest or after taking nitro. Myocardial infarction, also known as a heart attack. Heart or lung transplant. Heart valve repair or replacement. Heart failure. CABG, which is coronary artery bypass surgery. Coronary angioplasty, which is a medical procedure used to open a blocked artery. Or coronary stenting, a procedure used to keep an artery open. Where are we located? We're located in the Cobblestone building, right directly behind NMC, 260 Crest Road. We share a space with the physical therapy department on the first floor. Each cardiac rehab class is 60 minutes. We meet Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The class times are an hour long. We offer 8, 9:30, or 11, depending upon availability and space in the class. And the program's up to 12 weeks or 36 sessions or once you've met your goals. How do I enroll in cardiac rehab? Your cardiologist or your primary care provider can fax a referral to our department following your cardiac event. You may contact cardiac rehab also directly yourself if you have any of the qualifying diagnoses that I just mentioned, or if you have questions about whether you qualify. Once we receive your referral, we require an exercise tolerance test, also known as a stress test, prior to entry into the program. And the purpose of this test is used to evaluate your heart function during exertion and also provides cardiac rehab staff with a baseline of your exercise capacity. We will assist you in scheduling this test. And upon completing the exercise tolerance test, our program's medical director, Dr. Tracy Haggerty, she will review it and will clear you to proceed with cardiac rehab if appropriate. We will then schedule you for a 60-minute one-on-one intake with a member of our cardiac rehab staff, which presently is myself or John Burke, the athletic trainer. And during that intake, we will gather baseline information about exercise, nutrition, psychosocial, and other comorbidities or risk factors to develop individualized goals with you. Benefits of cardiac rehab. It may prevent another cardiac event through exercise and through education on ways to manage and modify your cardiac risk factors. It strengthens your heart and possibly improves its efficiency. Nutrition education on ways to eat healthier, which is provided by our registered dietitian, Jamie. And she joins classes every Wednesday. We'll round with you while you're exercising and just discusses various nutritional topics. She provides handouts, recipes. And cardiac rehab can also improve mental and emotional health. You can have access to smoking cessation options. And then the group exercise with others that experienced a life-changing event, all getting stronger, healthier, and more active together. So after cardiac rehab, after your program ends, you'll need to continue the diet, exercise, and other healthy lifestyle habits that you learned in order to maintain heart health benefits. The goal is that at the end of the program, you'll have the tools you need to exercise on your own and maintain a healthy lifestyle. This helps prevent the chance of you having another cardiac event. Many options exist for continuation of an exercise routine following cardiac rehab. These include exercising at a local gym, exercising independently at home, or participating in open gym at Northwestern Medical Center. That program, we used to refer to it as phase 3 cardiac rehab. It's now open gym because we provide the opportunity for the physical therapy patients also to participate in open gym. It's on Tuesdays and Thursdays for an hour long. You can pick what time you come in, and that'll be your appointment 2 times a week. You still have supervision from cardiac rehab staff. You're just not on a heart monitor like you are during phase 2. So we're always here to help and support you if you need anything at all. It's not covered by insurance, but it's available for a monthly fee. And what does heart health mean to you? According to the CDC, heart disease and the conditions that lead to it can happen at any age. Obesity and high blood pressure among younger people, 35 to 64, are at a greater risk for developing heart disease. Nearly half of all Americans have at least one of the top 3 risk factors for heart disease: high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and tobacco use. So 90% of nearly 18 million heart disease cases worldwide are preventable by adopting a healthier diet, engaging in regular exercise, and not smoking. Build your nutrition plan around heart-healthy foods like fruits, vegetables, whole grains, beans, nuts, fish, seafood, and poultry. Try to limit sugary drinks, full-fat dairy products, sodium, and red meat. Get at least 150 minutes per week of moderate intensity aerobic activity, or 75 minutes per week of vigorous aerobic activity. Add moderate to high intensity muscle strengthening activities such as resistance bands or weights at least 2 days per week. And that concludes my presentation. Who has questions for me? Or comments, Ewan?
Good job.
Oh, thank you.
Katie, and some people might not have been aware of the open gym part of things, and I think you've got the gym in your background, right? So like, tell us a little bit about the gym.
Yeah, so the gym, as you see, it's very large shared space that we have with physical therapy. We have numerous pieces of equipment, as you can see. We have treadmills, we have recumbent bikes, we have upright bikes. ellipticals, an arm bike, which basically you're in a seated position and it's an upper body exercise. We also have various dumbbells, the free weights, because that's definitely an important part as well. And like I said, patients can sign up and come, for an hour and exercise. It's nice because they have the supervision. Because many people still, when they're done the program, get nervous about exercising on their own. So it gives them, that confidence that someone's watching over them rather than, being at home downstairs, in the treadmill. So.
Go ahead, Ewan.
The gym is basically, that's the same room and equipment as the rehab program uses, yes?
That's correct, Ewan.
Okay. So it'll feel
Exactly.
familiar. If you've been to rehab, it'll feel familiar.
That's right.
Great.
So Katie, Denise has posted a question in the chat. She's wondering what smoking cessation programs you referred to in your presentation. What does that look like?
We usually provide information for 802 Quits. I know Amy Brewster's doing a lot as well with tobacco. So if she has classes or online, we try to refer patients for that as well. We don't have a lot of tobacco users, but that's something we definitely address, the first day to try to help them, cut down and eventually stop, hopefully.
Katie, did these services pause during the pandemic, and what's it been like to kind of come back, or
Oh,
can you
wow,
talk
yes.
about that?
It sure did. Can't believe it's almost been 3 years already. We had services suspended from March, and I believed I returned June 1st, I want to say, where we started back up, very small classes. Right now, we can accommodate up to 8 patients in a class. When I came back, many people were nervous to resume, with the unknown. It was a scary time, obviously. So we started out with, 3 patients in a class. And we've just gradually, picked back up. It actually picked up back up pretty quickly when vaccinations were happening. We still are required to wear masks. That's something else I want to mention during exercise. We have hand sanitizer here. We wipe the equipment down. We're very, very careful, very safe for protecting everybody.
So there's another question in the chat that says, let me pull it up here. My eyes are so good. Do gym supervisors suggest lengths of time on a selected machine or free exercise form and other things like that? So, yeah.
We start out basically, just to get back to the stress test briefly, we obviously review how the patient did during the stress test. So it gives us an exercise prescription, so to speak, when they start, meaning, the time that they start, and we gradually increase both. But we do eventually, the goal is to work up to 30 to 60 minutes of exercise total. That includes 2 pieces of equipment and incorporating the free weights in as well. John, the athletic trainer, he's very, very good. I think you can attest with guiding people, making sure people are lifting weights, appropriately, proper form. I do more of the telemetry monitoring of the heart rhythm, and addressing patients' medication questions. So that's more what I do in the program. But we do work as a team. Guiding patients. We do give them some choices. Obviously, we don't want people to be bored here either. So we try to introduce different pieces of equipment to make it somewhat fun.
So what, you said the free gym was available for a fee, and will you remind me what the fee might be?
It's $40 per month. So it's every
40?
Tuesday. 40, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
That's as much as Sling TV costs a month. I guess I could switch one for the other. Get out from behind the TV and go to the gym.
I better see you then.
Katie, I have a question.
Sure.
What do you wish people realized about the program, something that they might not know?
Something that they might not know. Very good question. I think it's a good question, what they might not know.
Hey, Courtney, it's
What
Cret,
are-
and oh, sorry,
Oh.
I was
No,
just
go
gonna
ahead,
say,
Cret.
one of the things I would, point out is people may not know that this is truly tailored to your needs, right? So I think sometimes cardiac rehab and exercise, it's the thought of, oh gosh, what am I gonna be forced to do? And it's really starting at your baseline and what you can tolerate and progressing to what's appropriate for you. So my perception is sometimes after I haven't had a cardiac event, but someone having a cardiac event, it may be scary to think that I'm going to be forced into a group exercise where that's really, although you're in a group setting, it's really tailored to what your individual needs and goals are.
Yeah.
And maybe you can attest to that.
I could put my hand on whatever religious book you want and say, yes, absolutely, and swear to it. But the thing that I have liked about this, I've been through the program twice, and I wouldn't want to have a heart attack just so I could come back, but it's crossed my mind. But it's a really good program. That Katy and John Burke are terrific, and John is particularly good. He doesn't have the typical sort of macho gym attitude of you have to do more, you have to do more. It's like, do what you can, and sometimes it's, wait, maybe you're choosing to do too much. And Katy gets into that with, yeah, your heart rate's gone up, so slow it down or whatever. It's absolutely, what do you want to do? What can you do? And we'll support you in that. Actually, I've been through the program 3 times, but only twice since it's been in this hall.
Nice. Katy, I was going to ask about that kind of, the atmosphere in the gym, because the few times, when I walk through the space, I've always been interested to see that people kind of, it seems like they're really enjoying it, which, sometimes you enjoy a workout, sometimes you don't. But like there's a sort of a sense of like community. Is it nice for people to be in this space, kind of working on things, not so much together, but with people who have common factors?
Oh, definitely. It's interesting, the friendships that are made too here when patients come, that's what they talk about. What did you go through? What did you have done? And it's nice seeing the camaraderie. I think we do have a great time. I mean, we're serious. There's times we need to be serious, but we like to joke around. We want people to enjoy coming here. And I mean, we have music. It's great atmosphere, I think.
Katy, you got a comment in the chat. It says, happy Cardiac Rehab Week.
Oh, thanks, Nance.
That's nice.
Love your heart. Get it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's Heart Month too, right? So this
Yeah.
is a good time for us to talk about heart health.
And in various classes differ that I've been in, but sometimes there are a few more men, sometimes more women. But I know that some media outlets are concentrating on heart health for women in particular, because women tend not to know that it's not breast cancer that kills us, it's heart disease as the #1 problem for women.
Well said.
And I do encourage anybody in the community, even if it's not for themselves, if they have a loved one, a friend, if they have any questions at all in particular, to reach out. I'm more than happy. John's more than happy to, talk with, people on the phone if they have certain questions that they'd like answered.
Great point. And Katy, maybe you want to, or Crit can, somebody could put the phone number in the chat just so that it's easy for people to access.
So are we not going to get a demonstration of any of these wonderful machines, Katie? Not to put you on the spot or anything.
Yeah, just come in. You and I can do it together.
I'll take it that's a no.
Does anybody else have any questions for Katie? While you're thinking, I will tell you that we've got more of these sessions coming up. So we're doing one each month on a different topic. In March, we'll have Dr. Colleen Moran talking about, she's an inpatient pediatrician here at NMC. So she's going to be talking about some of the common ailments that kids are experiencing this time of year and maybe some ways that you could stave them off. So that will be an interesting one. And then in early April, we've got Dr. Kindred from orthopedics. She's going to be talking about total ankle replacements, which is a new surgery that we do here at NMC. So again, pretty interesting topics. I hope that you'll all join for future sessions as well. And then I just want to make sure everybody had a chance to get their questions answered. And if we did and we're all set, we can give you back a couple minutes of your lunchtime, Katie. Okay, hearing none, I will let us all go. Once again, thanks, Katie. Appreciate your time.
Thank you. Have a great afternoon, all, and feel free to email me as well. Like I said, feel free to call. I'm more than happy to answer any questions that patients may have, or if, like I said, there's questions for loved ones or friends that I can answer. More than happy to help.
Terrific.
Okay.
Have a great day, everybody.
You too. Bye all.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.